Right. Alright folks, now we got a lot done in the first video. And honestly, I can barely hear my game right now. But I do hear a page somewhere.
Revelio.
Might not be down here. Oh, I bet you it's the door, the Ravenclaw door. And I mentioned the other night, this is like a really fun thing to do here. There it is. Well, it's not making me do it now. I don't know. I remember having to do something to get through that door there. I must have already skipped through it. Alright guys, so talk to Professor Fig. Let's get a quicker way over there, shall we? I say dial up sarcastically, so yeah, the internet here is just really, really slow. You know, I'm kind of afraid to let the Xbox run Wi-Fi because it might mess up the stream, like it's that slow. So right now I've actually got the laptop plugged into the modem directly hardwire. Yeah, using Wi-Fi on top of that might just do it in.
Revelio.
Alright, I'm not sure what I'm doing running around down here. Nothing. Professor Fig. Yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and follow my dots there. Kind of get myself back on track with the game here. Boy, those saves really threw me off. Okay, now that I've got my... Actually, no, you can't use Luminous on those. I need the invisibility spell, which I don't have.
Revelio.
I'm pretty sure that one is an eyeball chest there. Alright guys, so now that we're in our next season, so to speak, in the playthrough here, this is when things really start opening up. I think I said it the other night, as soon as we get our hands on the broomstick, folks, it really just, the power of flight opens up the game. Opens up some more, you know, leveling opportunities, gets more in depth with the storyline. Spells. I definitely want to arm us better than what we can do now. And a lot of that's just going to be, you know, going through questline stuff here, but again, I'm going to prioritize anything to do with the spells that I want to get. So just to kind of take a quick peek. Okay, so yeah, assignments, crossed wands, both of those are going to yield stuff right there. So Incendio, that's a good one to have. Let's go there first. Oh yeah, we need to do that too. That's a big one. We can't even do that just yet, but here, we're working on that. Yeah, yikes. It's funny because I might even be playing Fortnite right now, but again, you know, internet strain. I was like, you know, Fortnite's a pretty big game, upload, download constantly. I'm not sure a stream on top of that would really do good.
Oi,
Yeah.
can you help me?
Not quite sure how far we have to go here. I think I kind of warped to the wrong warp point, though. The map gets kind of confusing, and honestly, that's a learning curve in itself. Can't tell you guys how many times I've ended up completely lost in Hogwarts here. Just running around in circles, everything started looking the same. Whoops.
If only a new student were to help me with my stuff.
Oh wait, is that Mrs. Gobstones?
Might some kind soul help me?
Yeah, this is the Gobstones girl. So guys, this is a good quest to do early game. She just basically asks you to go around and collect these things, and you know, it's easy to do. But I like having it activated beforehand, because you might as well just, you know, scoop them up while you're doing your roaming and exploring anyway.
Revelio.
I can't really hear the game, so I'm not going to focus on those right now. I'm going to go back to what I was working on.
I'm here about the new spell you wanted to teach me, Professor.
What did you think of Lego Fortnite, just out of curiosity?
As such, handy for
And more importantly, which mode are you playing? Are you doing survival or
you know where to find me once
the sandbox? Win 2 rounds of crossed wands. Okay, complete a round of spell combination.
Seems crossed wands isn't as secret as it's believed to be.
Okay, got it. So this is an easy assignment. Easy-ish. Nothing super close. Okay. Yeah, I really like the sandbox. That for me is really where my mind just really opens up. It's a fun, relaxing game. The creativity just really takes off for me over there. Not only that, it's a good way to get your feet wet, kind of learn the game, learn the build mechanics, etc.
Revelio.
I was sworn there was something over here. Alright, so guys, this is kind of like another tutorial.
Sebastian told me to see you about
They kind of teach you, you know, wand work, how to do combos and stuff. It's probably not going to teach you to a point you're just going to be able to go out and, you know, kick butt. But it is good to kind of show you how it works. And of course, the more you go out and do it, the better and, you know, more natural it'll feel.
Get me in the ring.
But this is another thing I kind of got stuck on first playthrough. I had to try it a couple of times. It really wasn't clicking right away.
You regret signing up.
So I'll try to walk you through that as best as I can, but same kind of thing, guys. I like to do Protego first. So this is kind of getting at what I was telling you guys before. The different color of the different casts you can do will break the different colored shields that correspond with those colors. And they're kind of demonstrating that now for you. But Protego does the same thing. That's why I really like Protego. It's an automatic shield breaker. But yeah, combos, you know, you can do the levitate and just kind of wail away at them. you can, you know, pull them over to you. That kind of levitates them also. And again, sticking with my strategy of focusing on one enemy first and then working your way down. Notice I completely ignored this other one in favor of getting one of them down. Oops. Ouch. I'm really not paying attention here, forgive me. Okay. The first round's, you know, relatively easy. They get a little bit tougher with each round. Not only that, more enemies with each round.
Wasn't wrong about you. There's strong competition ahead, but keep this up and you could be the next school champion.
Brilliant. Count me in.
I shall. In fact, the second duel is ready when you are. And as a fully initiated member,
Battle
you now have
Royale
access to the
Zero
official
build
Cost One's training
mode.
dummy. Very good way to
So yeah, when
Again.
I've learned how to play Battle Royale,
Hope to see you back here again.
I learned builds. You know, I'm not a great builder by any means, but it's an instinct. Like when I start getting shot at, I just start building. In no builds, when you're just out roaming around and if you're not in a house, you're exposed, yeah. So my first instinct is always to reach for that build, and of course it's not there, so... Yeah, when I do play...
Hello, Lucan.
Battle Royale, I do prefer builds for that reason.
I'm ready.
Alright, trying to make sure I get the right
Yes.
dialogue options here, and I don't think it really matters who you choose to be your ally.
Apologies in advance.
Alright, same type of thing, folks. I'm gonna focus on one enemy, Protego. Concentrate on one. Okay, somebody broke his attack because I didn't get hit there. Okay, one down, two to go.
I do prefer the ground.
Act like a winner.
Okay, last one.
Here's my way now.
So again, this gets back to what I was saying in the very first video. I do not use Protego defensively. I absolutely use that offensively, and that's what starts my attack pattern. Again, it just gives you that automatic shield
I
breakage,
gave it my all.
and then you can just go to town.
The other duelist. You
So just a tip, you know, play with that.
so to speak.
And again, the more you go out there and do combat, the more natural this will start feeling. Okay, so now I've already done the 2 rounds. Now it says complete a round of spell combination. This is where you use the dummy. So I'm going to go right back into dialogue options here. And this is, well, they're going to teach you those combinations. Kind of like what I was just doing, you know, but only it's guided now. So this one wants me to do Accio, that purple thing on top. And then the little stars that come after that are just regular casts with the right trigger. Excuse me. Pick up a clock.
Excellent form.
Okay, so this time it's going to be that one. Again, it's guided, so just try to pay attention to the prompts there.
That's it.
Now they're going to change things up a little on this, so... We did 2 different casts that time.
Nicely done. I'd say that's enough.
I think that's pretty much it. So that completes the professor's assignments. Now there is one more
Assignments
round
all
of
finished.
crossed wands. I don't know if it lets us access that yet. I'm going to try. Okay, I don't think it does. He's not giving me a dialogue option, which means probably not. Using that fast travel really saves you a lot of time running around that castle. Now, Yes and no. Sometimes I just like to roam the castle, you know, search for pages, search for, you know, chests, door puzzles, etc. So, you know, fast traveling is kind of a good and a bad thing, especially early game when you probably want to start looking for the loot.
I trust Mr.
And especially the
Brattleby was
field
able
guide
to-
I
pages.
finished all of the tasks you gave me, Professor Hecat.
Glad to hear it. Concentrate and keep your wand steady.
Okay, Incendio, I don't use it a lot later game. There's another one that does fire and it gets much better range. This one you got to be pretty close to your target.
Good work.
So, yeah. It's not my favorite, but at this point in the game, you will see me using it. Not only that, there's a quest or two that I think actually requires us to cast that specific spell. Okay, so I'm going to show you here. I just cast it, and I did absolutely no damage to that dummy, so you got to be pretty close.
Getting it. Keep at it. And do try not to incinerate yourself.
I'll try standing a little bit farther back just so you guys get a good feel for the range on this thing. See? So when I say you got to be pretty close, I mean within, I don't know, a few paces or so of your target. Alright guys, from here, I guess we'll go back to Fig. See if I can get a fast travel point there. One thing I really want to start doing, and again, this is going to come with just, you know, following the quest lines, but I want to get out there and get the quest done for Mallow Suite so we can start unlocking the Merlin puzzles, and that's when the inventory starts expanding. And guys, I'm going to be spending gold. That's why I didn't want to buy Mallow Suite just yet. I'm going to be spending some gold, mainly on the rare monster parts that you need. You know, feathers, I can't even remember now what all they are, but there's 3 in particular, I think, that are rare, and I know 3 or 4 vendors that, you know, I know where they're out on the map, so I'll go, you know, there, kind of unlock those towns, get some fast travel points going,
Hello,
so I can start stocking up on those. Reason being is I want to start equipping our suits, our armor, you know, our clothing, with different superpowers. Now, of course, part of that is unlocking the superpowers you want to equip, so we have to hit Bad Boy Nest for that. A lot of these bandit camps, or whatever they call those in this game, not bandit camps, but like poacher camps, you know, things of that nature.
Sebastian mentioned sneaking into the restricted section. Perhaps he'll have an idea.
That, yeah, so that'll kind of coincide, you know, with unlocking the different towns. So I'm just going to start, you know, buying that stuff preemptively. Okay, now guys, we're about to go talk to Sebastian to do the restricted section. That's where we're going to learn the invisibility spell, and I'll be able to start opening up these chests. And guys, there's a ton of them. There's a ton of them in Hogsmeade. There's a lot of them here in the castle. So, yeah. Can't really tell. It's so hard to tell on this map sometimes. I'll do the best I can with what I've got. So I hope you guys are enjoying Hogwarts, even if you've never played the game before. You know, hopefully through the videos at least, you'll be able to kind of get a sense of why I feel like it just really feels like it's got that Zelda feel to it. I can't really say it in words, it's just kind of like, while I'm playing the game, it just feels very Zelda to me. Whoops. Caught myself on that one.
Revelio. Sebastian.
Alright guys, I'm just gonna skip, and get her done. I'd like to see how much I can get done tonight. If I can get my broomstick, I will be a very happy camper. I don't think that's gonna happen, because I remember that was a process. But I will try to prioritize that along with getting new spells unlocked.
And those annoying...
Okay, now I will have to pay a little bit of attention in this quest line, because I tend to, you know, get myself caught because I'm shiny rocking myself. Okay, so I will put that on my top. I like to usually keep one of each color on the wheel unless I'm in combat, then I'll swap that top one out for another red one, which I don't even think I have another red one right now anyway. I do not. I think we're going to be unlocking our ice soon also. That's another fun one. Okay, so sneak into the library. So yeah, we're going to be making ourselves invisible.
I'll be quiet.
So yeah, you gotta make sure their backs are turned toward you. That's right. Kind of forgotten about that. And if you want them to like go away, you can like cast wand work and they'll go investigate. Now you can't do that too close to them, of course, but it will lure them away from, you know, where you're trying to get to. And honestly, it really doesn't matter which door you go in. Oh no, apparently it does. Hey, where are you going? Why didn't you go up the stairs to look? There we go. Uh-oh.
You should have known better to cross mine.
I'm just having a time here, aren't I? Now, hopefully, this is working right. And it is. Alright, and there's my window.
Blast. The librarian's still here. Quick, behind the bookcase.
You told me that. You.
I'm not really sure now. I think she just like has a predetermined route that she likes to.
Is that you, Peeves?
I didn't know if I'd be able to get away with that or not, but I went for it anyway.
The key. Here it is.
See if I can scoop some loot on the way. Alright.
That wasn't so difficult after all. Now, to find that book.
So yeah, just follow the quest markers from here. Now there's going to be specters and stuff you're going to have to,
that
you know,
one's
try
charmed
to
look more useful than it is.
get through, so
It's
I
fooled me
probably
twice.
recommend doing another
Never judge a
save
tome
here.
by its cover, I say.
Yeah, risky move indeed, I know. Apparently I wanted to see if I could tempt fate, you know, restart that quest one more time. Okay, I like to put another hard save down here because I tend to botch those two going in. Again, I get in a hurry and...
Ghost, don't let her see
you
you.
just don't pay, you know, the best attention, but I'll try to minimize that here if I can.
Revelio.
Oh, yep, I was afraid of that.
Should be in the clear now. No need for us to be skulking about.
Revelio. So what is it you've been looking for?
I'm looking for a cure to help my twin sister, Anne, so that she can return to Hogwarts. Because Merlin knows everyone else is given her.
Why do you think you'll find a cure in the restricted section? Does the Hogwarts matron have nothing that can help Anne?
No, we've tried everyone from Nurse Blaney to St. Mungo's. But I can research on my own. No need to concern yourself with that right now. Let's focus on what you're after. Which is what, precisely?
I'll know it when I see it.
You're being awfully cryptic.
I don't know if I need to be
Revelio.
invisible right now. Probably not. Oh yeah, you do. So this is one of those eyeball chests. First one of its kind of guys. I think they all have 500 gold in them, so it's just a big money maker. So now that we got this spell, we can really
Secrets of the darkest arts.
get our gold
impressed.
boosted up here. Yeah, I don't know. Just to play it safe, I'll... At some point, you're gonna get caught. You know, it's just part of the game. Ah, check this out. Another page.
Revelio.
There he is.
Sebastian Sallow and his new little friend. Out exploring where they shouldn't be. Naughty, naughty. You'll get caught.
Peeves, don't
I'm
you...
going to tell. I'm going to tell. I'm going to tell.
Oh!
Wait,
Now, where has that damned poltergeist got to?
I know just the spell to repair
Alright,
this
so
armor.
now we don't have to worry about it anymore. What I'm going to do is flip over to another spell real quick, so we can get through this.
Revelio.
And you can come back down here too, by the way. This isn't like a one-time deal. There's more looting to do in the library. Quite a lot.
Of course. Traces
That's
of
right, I
ancient
kind of
magic.
remember this.
There must be more to this room.
I forgot to mention, come down here with an empty inventory.
That's it. Revelio.
Nice.
Where might this lead?
Okay, what I'm going to do is kind of follow my Zelda advice. Arm up, suit up, and eat up. So I'm going to keep a close eye on when I'm getting new stuff to see if I can trump whatever it is I'm wearing with, you know, higher rating. For example, that goes from 6 to 14. Taking that for sure. Same thing with the robe over here. That goes from 12 to 26. Not a bad deal. And it doesn't look like I've picked up anything else new just yet. Alright, let's do this. This is actually a really fun level here. It's kind of like a dungeon. Really helps you get your feet wet. Not only that, there's some puzzles here. Very, very Zelda-like, guys. This almost takes me back to, like, Twilight Princess. Can't really put my finger on why, but
Revelio.
nonetheless. Okay, so notice Revelio, I've got that blue thing kind of lighting up over there. So what we're going to do is just hit that with wand. And that's going to activate some movable floors here. And right now it's pretty straightforward just to teach you the mechanic, I guess. Okay, we do have some combat coming up, guys. Exactly the same type of deal.
Guards at the ready.
I'm going to Protego and then get to work on just focusing on one. Now notice all these RB things that are lighting up around me. So yes, you can use ancient... Oops. You can use ancient throw here as well. Oh wow. Not paying attention there, was I? See, I kind of use that ancient throw as like a backup. If I get into a pickle or I lose where I'm at, sometimes I'll just hit that right bumper and get that ancient throw in. So I still kind of like Protego and then wand work. And then the ancient throw is kind of like reserves. And then ancient magic, I try to keep that in the bank for one of the bigger raid enemies. Get back here, nuts. Okay, should have another one of these things to activate. Go ahead and do just that. Now I think we start getting into the hidden loot. So this is where it starts feeling Zelda to me. Stuff like this is going on, or Super Mario Bros. For that matter. I thought there was another... Wait a minute. That's right. Okay, I think one of these rooms coming up. Oops. One of these rooms
This
coming
must
up
be the
has
way
loot
forward.
and walkable platforms
But
on
to
both
where?
sides. I think this is it. So to start this party...
Revelio.
Okay, this is not the one I was thinking of. Okay, so this is one of those tricky ones. You've got to activate that thing a couple of different times, as you can see here. That'll get you your chest over this way. Go ahead and do that in reverse order to get out.
Revelio.
So it's like two different sets of 4 things going on each time you hit this deal.
Nearly there. Best keep my wits about me.
And this is why I said you might want to come in here with an empty inventory. There's lots of chests. Okay guys, some combat coming up here. Again, arm up, suit up, eat up. Follow my same rule of thumb there. Okay, that doesn't go up much, but you know, every point counts. Let's see what else we got going on here. No. Looks like same. Alright, let's party. Now at some point I'm going to be able to unlock a perk. When we do a certain spell... Oops. Expelliarmus, I think it is. And they'll drop their weapon. You can actually use that as an ancient throw item. So it just increases your ancient throw ability in a battle arena. But because I don't have that yet, I'm going to be kind of somewhat limited on my ancient throw to the pots that are laying around. Whoop. Okay, yeah, that attack really hurts there. So you'll kind of want to be far away from that when you see that one attack pattern coming your way. In fact, I'll kind of prioritize that, you know, and make sure I'm steering clear of that. I did not actually stupefy that back, that's okay. I do want to show you ancient magic. Actually, I'm just going to cook one off right now so I can collect a little bit more before going to the next room. So if you really want to use Stupefy that way too, you know, keep one kind of busy or stunned. That's just kind of another attack combo that I like to use that I wanted to show you guys. So you don't necessarily have to concentrate on just one enemy. Whoops. Oh wow, I was not paying attention there. Okay, I need to focus more on what I'm doing here. Okay, I didn't quite get myself my second magic or ancient magic charged up.
Revelio.
That's okay. Going into this next fight, guys, combat's going to get pretty tough, so if you're new to the game, it might be another good save spot.
It is a book after all.
We got bigger statues coming. They're a little more powerful. They hurt a lot worse.
Bastion.
Okay, maybe that's another dungeon. I was thinking this was giant statue time. Disregard. Okay, so that did it. Nice. Level 11, moving right along. Good, good. Go ahead and get our flue flames.
Revelio.
There's a lot of field pages in here. I'm going to take a
Handy
quick look
resource
around
indeed.
for those. Some of them are flying around, if not all of them are flying around. Oh, and we can't get in here yet. We need the freezing spell in order to access that chest.
Revelio.
Maybe I already got the book I'm thinking of. I'm not hearing anything else beeping. Alright guys, I know I didn't get too much done tonight with all that, you know, confusion earlier with my save files and stuff being off the internet, but I've got that resolved and it looks like my stream is still working. I've been keeping a close eye on my laptop this whole time, so it looks like I can actually run the communications feature with the Xbox and it doesn't completely kill my ability to stream. Excellent. Oh yeah,
Revelio.
remember those chests too I mentioned.
Reparo.
Oops. That is not the spell I was looking for. Alright, further prioritizing spells.
You cannot be serious. Goblins working with Rookwood makes no sense.
It is rather unorthodox, to say the least.
Well, apparently I cannot do anything
It's
right now, so we gotta get through the
inconceivable.
cutscene stuff.
Ah, Fig.
Kinda wish I could
You're a
emote.
visitor. I'll see what I can find.
You guys have
out.
never heard me say that before.
Sir, I was able to search the restricted section while you were with Professor Black. It was a book we were after. Protego!
Oh,
I understand.
oh, and don't neglect your friends. You may be surprised by how much you can learn from them as well.
Alright, moving right along. Got some more stuff to unlock in challenges. More leveling. See where we're at with quests real quick.
Meet me in Lower Hogsfield as soon as possible. I would like to talk to you
Okay, I
about
think this
Rookwood
is
and
where we
Hannah,
can finally
and it
go
might
out and
be
get
best to do
our
so outside of the castle.
Mallow Suite going. Okay, well, apparently I don't have a travel gate up there. Wait, what has happened with my map? Oh, I'm in a lock screen or something.
Professor Fig and Weasley have asked that I teach you an additional defensive spell. Please complete the assignments I have given you, and then proceed to see me in my classroom.
Okay, so we're not going to go after the gobstones right now, because we just had all this stuff open up. So guys, again, you know, keeping with my thought process here of unlocking, you know, what we can, I'm going to hold off on this just for now. That's the one I want to go after for the Merlin puzzles. But the higher priority is going to be this stuff. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go after this, and while I'm out in the field, I'm going to go after some spiders that are easy killing, and that's going to take care of, you know, casting Incendio 5 times and also dodging enemy attacks 10 times. So that'll all kind of be like in one big field trip outing. So for right now, I'm going to focus on Herbology class, and then go after probably those thereafter. I'm not so sure that I've got travel gates down there just yet. Excuse me. Yeah, it looks like maybe a couple. And again, looking at the time here, guys, it's almost 2 in the morning, so yeah, I'll probably be cutting this off soon anyway. So it won't be a real long, you know, video by the time I chop out that stuff in the middle where, you know, the save files were giving me problems. I don't know, it's probably going to chop it back down to an hour, give or take. So yeah, it'll be a shorter session, but I still hope it was fun. Ooh, what did I just hear? Loud. Oh yeah, now that we got Incendio, we can do these.
I really have.
Okay, I can't remember what she does, but she is definitely a quest.
Is everything...
That's right, she wants us to go to the library and get some book pages or something.
Nice.
I think this one's pretty quick and easy to do, so I'll just go ahead and knock it out.
I'm going to have to use Accio. Got it. Only 4 more to go. Revelio. Accio.
That's where all these pages were coming from that I had in my mind. Like, I know there's some upstairs. Oh, there's one right there.
This must be Cressida's diary. I'd want this back too if I were her. Revelio.
See a chest over there lighting up too that I must have missed.
Revelio.
Alright, 1 to go. Where are you at?
That's the last book. Now to take them back to Cressida. Revelio.
Yeah, it totally blew right by that chest when I did that earlier. Ooh, what do we got here? A goodie. Anything's better than that hat I'm wearing now, so... Okay, maybe not.
Any luck finding my...
Hello. Here you are.
Thank goodness some people are trustworthy.
My older sisters taught me everything I knew.
Revelio.
Oh,
Still hearing a dinging sound. Like close dinging sound.
I reckon Sebastian did not expect such a sound defeat in defense against the dark. Garlic asked me to explain.
Huh. Kind of forgot that was there. I'm being honest. It's the obvious ones I tend to miss. Alright guys, back to herbology class. So go ahead and go back to our quests. That should be right through this door I'm looking at.
Revelio.
Is she growing Punja's onion again?
Okay, so if you're a fan of the movies, this is going to be real fun, real movie-like.
Now for our next task, we'll be planting ditty at our potting tables. You can...
I wonder if hippogriffs like knotgrass.
Let's look at the free goods while you're here. We'll see if I can get through herbology class here before I cut stream. That'd be nice.
Dittany's restorative properties make it a vital ingredient in the Wiggenweld potion, as you all should know from Professor Sharp's class.
Okay, once that's planted.
Well done!
Hello. Saw you on your way to Hogsmeade the other day. Nice to meet you. I'm Leander. I'll be showing you the Chinese chomping cabbages.
Okay, I think I can just go ahead of him.
Nice work in defense against the dark arts, by the way.
I think.
Excuse me?
Yeah.
Your duel with Sebastian. And he's good. Thinks he's really good.
Yeah, you not
But
forget your
have
goods
high
along the
scores for
way
him.
here.
He's brilliant.
Oh.
So I'm just following the little dots on my mini-map.
I nearly put Sebastian in his place myself. I mean, I would have, if Hecate hadn't stopped me.
Didn't she stop that dragon skull from crushing you?
Here we are, home of the Chinese chomping cabbage. Go on. Now, see that dummy? Just toss the cabbages at it, and they'll do the rest.
Hey guys, so this is kind of like
Revelio.
grenades Harry Potter style. Alright, there you are. Alright, so yeah, go ahead and... we're gonna equip those and actually toss one out. See if I can remember how to do this now. It's been a bit. Left bumper, that's right. So I think that's the L button on Switch. For me it's left bumper. You hold that down, that brings up this menu. Then you can kind of select, and you're going to get a lot of stuff here. This is where your potions are going to go, you know, your other things that you can toss out. Not only that, this is how you open up or mount your broomstick when the time comes. Okay, so left bumper, we'll toss one out. And this is just kind of demonstrating what the cabbage does for you. So in combat, it just kind of, you know, keeps some of the enemies busy. It's not an overly powerful and devastating weapon, more than it is just kind of like an ally. Yeah, it does damage too, you know, don't get me wrong, but...
My kind of plants. Not like stupid booba tubers and bouncing bulbs.
Again, it's just to kind of help you be able to focus on, you know, fewer things at once.
Well, imagine that wasn't a dummy.
At some point, there's going to be another type of plant that we can throw out there.
I suppose they...
And it just kind of like spits these like spitballs at things. It's pretty cool. And that thing automatically breaks shields when you get a certain perk unlocked.
Revelio.
Okay, so I think that's pretty much it for over here. Why do I feel like there's something over this way? Oopsie.
Revelio.
That's right, there's more goodies over here. I knew I wasn't done looting yet. Uh-oh. Okay, apparently we cannot go exploring in here just yet.
That helpful reminder as to why we should always wear our dragon hide gloves. I shall end up...
There's another quest down.
Hope those mandrakes are really relishing their new pots. Only cost me my damned hearing.
Revelio.
Alright, sometimes when the game doesn't show you collected something, but you know you did, chances are pretty good there's a little, you know, extra gold in your inventory or, you know, a suit item. I don't know why it does that, it's just something I've kind of noticed. But rest assured, it's giving you something, it's just not showing you what.
Revelio.
Alright, see what else we got for questing. Potions class, yeah buddy. We're gonna go do that. Potions class, where are you at? Okay, this is another real fun quest to do, especially if you're a fan of the movies.
Use a strong, even motion when crushing your ingredients.
This is pretty
Please
pretty
be
well guided
meticulous
here,
when
you
adding
know,
powder
just
to your
follow the
potions.
prompts on what you're supposed
One
to do with
errant
the
sneeze
buttons
could be disastrous.
and the joysticks. You can't really make a mistake here. You just really got to press the buttons in order to get through it. Okay, he wants you to go into his office and get some stuff, but one of the students is going to ask you to pilfer something.
My
Go ahead and
parents
do
considered
that.
keeping me home from school this year after the rumors of a goblin rebellion. I hear.
A well-prepared witch.
Okay, and go ahead and collect all the stuff that's in here.
Revelio.
I think that's it. Okay, and then go ahead and turn to that student there and give him the pooper or whatever. Wrong guy.
Here's the...
Should you chop the Dittany or crush it? The wrong answer could result in the unfortunate loss.
Okay, now we're going to make our first actual potion. So they want to see the Endurus potion. So go ahead and click that. And you see it's got that 20-second cooldown there. Or brewing time, whatever you want to call that. So we're just going to have to kind of wait the clock out. Unfortunately, there's no way to skip this. But the good news is you won't be standing over stoves a whole lot in the game. What I normally like to do is just cook everything up at once, get it all done, and then I really don't have to deal with a table again for some time. Not only that, when I get the room of requirements and I build my own, you know, cooking stations, what I'll do sometimes is even if my inventory is full, I'll like, you know, pre-cook a bunch. This way I can just kind of come back to the layer, is what I call that. Scoop up all the stuff, you know, that way I'm not just standing there watching it, it's kind of cooking while I'm not doing other stuff.
Well done, Gareth.
What now, Mr. Weasley?
Sorry, Professor.
That'll be points from Gryffindor. Again. Mr. Weasley did not do this on his own. His accomplice will answer to me as well.
I'm sorry. Revelio.
I think each of us has had enough excitement for one day. Class is dismissed.
Okay, there's potions class out of the way. I don't have that open yet. Okay. That's a bummer. Wow, I might be hoofing this one, folks. Maybe not all the way. It looks like I got a little bit of help here. Alright, and I'm really tired, so I'm not sure I'm going to get through the whole, you know, mallow sweet deal and going out and doing all that other stuff. This might be just a just to get it done kind of deal.
Revelio. Levioso. Revelio.
And now we're in the grand staircase. There's lots of pages in this little area.
Revelio.
Multi-layers here. Okay, that'll come later, by the way. That does open, but not at this point in the game.
Revelio.
Okay, that takes you up above, so I can make it real confusing here what's going on, or maybe it's below. No, it's above there. So the frog, it's kind of like a portal, or a travel gate. So a lot of times they're close, but it can really confuse you because the scenery changes abruptly. So just, you know, wanted to point that one out because that's kind of our first exposure to those frog things. And just to kind of show you what I'm talking about here.
Revelio.
So there's the frog thing. That's where we entered.
Revelio. Incendio. Revelio.
Oh, there you are. Clock Tower. Alright, this is where we get after our crust wands. Now, guys, this is the toughest fight of them all. But if you just remember the things I've kind of, you know, pointed out thus far, you should get through it pretty quick.
Off on another adventure, are we? Levioso.
Alright, I think I got that flue flame. Maybe I did have a travel gate here. Heck, I don't know. Okay, now this is a puzzle, guys. Notice these things, how they're kind of like, you know, moving. They're moving because the clock is in a certain position to make that happen. Now, we don't have the spell we need to actually get in these doors yet, but I did want to point that out in case you're wondering just what in the heck is going on with all that. This is something that we're going to come back to later. So for right now, let's just go ahead and get done what we came for. Which we need to do both of these, by the way. We need to do the training dummy and the cross wands. Okay, so exactly, you know, just like before. Just follow the prompts there to get through it. I recommend taking your time with this. It's not timed, So, you know, just go ahead and, you know, follow those prompts. Make sure you're, not having to try this like 50 different times. Just take your time and follow the prompts. Okay, there's part of it. That's all done. And don't forget, as we're doing this stuff, you know, getting more and more spells unlocked, we're also leveling. I think we started at 9 tonight. We're already up to 13. Not a bad deal. Okay, guys, as I mentioned, you know, this is going to be the toughest. We're going to have the most enemies here to deal with. But if you can just remember that Protego first, do your wand work, and don't forget the Ancient Throw if you really get into a pickle. But, you know, focus on one at a time here, and work your way down. Oh, someone missed their attack there.
There goes my wager. That's all you've got?
So yeah, I like that Accio and Incendio, whatever. Just because it does damage. I mean, you have to be close range, but if you Accio first, then you are close range. So it kind of makes it to where you don't have to worry about getting close to the enemy. Accio is going to do that for you. Okay, so now we're just down to the one enemy. Now it gets real easy. There it is. I took some damage there, just not paying attention, but that's the basic idea. And again, guys, you know, first playthrough, it's probably going to be challenging, you know, until it really clicks. So,
I'm just pleased with...
you know, just give it a go, see what happens. If it's just kind of not clicking for you, what I would recommend is maybe, you know, go back to the save before coming here. And just go off and do other stuff, you know, for a while, and maybe come back to it tomorrow or something, see if it clicks a little bit better for you.
Revelio.
Thought there was something there. Couldn't quite put my finger on it. Alright guys, back over to quests. I already took care of the Incendio, so yeah, we don't even have to do that on the spiders anymore. Now we just gotta dodge. I'd really like to get out there and do that before I cut stream tonight, but wow, it's awful late and I'm awful tired, so... You know, honestly, this might be better served when I come back. But yeah, when we come back, we're going to hit that. And in the meantime, I can go ahead and make sure, you know, I'm suited up properly. Make sure we're in the best of what I've got. Excuse me. And you see our stats steadily going up. Health 515, defense is up to 48, offense is up to 71. And guys, we're only just starting. This is only going to get better and better. Now notice I'm up to 18 of 20. So now would be a great time to go to Hogsmeade and find a vendor. Getting back to what I said, you know, last video. Making sure we're not just dumping inventory when we could be making gold off of that. So yeah, let's go ahead and do just that before I actually log off. Not only that, we could go around and, you know, scoop up some chests in Hogsmeade that now we can open thanks to our the invisibility spell. I can't even remember what it's called now. And yeah, there are quite a few chests there, especially in Hogsmeade. And don't forget 500 gold per chest, so that adds up super fast. Matter of fact, I might even, invest in some Mallowsweet at this point just because I can get into those gold chests. And I recommend doing that just because you don't want to be out and about in the world, come across Merlin puzzles, and you just don't have the Mallowsweet you need to unlock them. That gets super frustrating super quick. So we'll see how I do here when I sell some stuff.
Why did you buy me a second pair? I hate these socks.
Ready for a little change in fashion, are we? Plenty to choose from here, so take your time.
And I really wouldn't recommend spending your gold on these, at least not now. Guys, this stuff is going to come for free. You're going to have more of this stuff than you're going to know what to do with as the game goes on. So personally, when I play the game now, I don't even buy these things anymore. I save my gold strictly for monster parts that I need for suit upgrades, and just other, random odds and ends, Mallowsweet, things of that nature. Seeds, whatever I might need.
Can we really wash charms out of things?
Don't be absurd. That woman will say anything.
Okay, so for right now, I'm just going to kind of sell off what I can.
If I haven't said it before, it's a pleasure doing business with you.
Should be well over 4 Gs by the time I'm done selling. And we are. So yeah, making money and clearing inventory.
I suspect you have a sharp eye for fashion. Be sure to stop by whenever you're about.
Okay, now meeting Natty. We should already have a fast travel point. Kind of, sorta, on the way to her. So what I'm going to do is fast travel here. But of course I cannot unlock that from this map. I actually need to be on my Hogwarts map, and that's where it gets kind of confusing sometimes. I wish you could, use some of these flue flames from either map. It's just not the way they set the game up. Boy, I really want to do this quest right now. This is going to be our first fight with, like, humanoid NPCs. They're not statues anymore. So yeah, guys, we're going to do this when I come back. So for now, I'm just going to go ahead and cut stream. But folks, I definitely hope it was fun. Hope it was informative and helpful. If you enjoyed it, please take a moment to like, share, subscribe, and comment. That is always appreciated. When we come back, guys, we're going to unlock more good stuff. Lots more good stuff, actually. And yeah, we're going to get through some questing here. More spells to come. More of everything to come. In fact, next time I get on, I'd really like to get my broomstick. I don't know if I'm going to be able to make that happen, but we're going to get close. Alright, folks, so, yeah, until the next time, best of luck, and happy hunting. And for those of you that stuck with me on the stream here tonight, even though I had the save file issue, I definitely appreciate your patience and all that. And I hope it was worth it. So folks, can't promise when I'll be on again. Maybe this will just be, an hour or two a night. I enjoy the game, so it's a nice little decompression. Yeah, we'll see how that works. I'm just going to kind of play it by ear. But again, guys, just really appreciate hanging out with y'all tonight. Definitely enjoyed the chats. And we'll see you guys next time.